Mr. Bullion, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right, Mr. Bullion, today's the date and time set for a pretrial for you. You do not have an attorney, correct?
Well, no, I just thought I had the same one from the bond, but no, I do not.
All right. I don't see that you've ever been appointed an attorney. Do you want to talk to the court-appointed attorney?
I don't know. I mean,
I can't answer that question for you, sir. Would you like to hear what the prosecutor's got to offer before you make that decision?
yes, please.
All right. Mr. King? You are muted, Mr. King.
Apologize, just grabbing the file, Your Honor.
No problem.
Yeah, this is a case, generally speaking, in which a firearm was involved. I'm not going to be able to make an offer other than a recommendation for no upfront jail time. So it'd be plea as charged, no upfront jail.
Okay, I'm assuming that's plea as charged, count 1 and count 2?
Count 1 and count 2.
Okay, Mr. Bullion, you understand the offer or lack thereof?
So he wants just for me to plead guilty to both charges?
He's not making any reduced offer, correct?
Oh, yeah. No.
So what would you like to do?
I guess I'd like to speak to an attorney. I mean, me and Miss Loveday are engaged. We're getting married. I've already spent 8 days in jail. You know, we're just wanting to whatever the easiest is to resolve this so that we can go on with our lives.
Okay, the problem is, from what you just told me, you violated your no contact order.
No, I have not. I said we're engaged.
Okay.
I never said.
All right, so you're not having contact with your fiance?
No, I have not. No,
Okay.
no.
All right, so we'll put you in the waiting room until we can put you in a breakout room with the attorney.
Okay.
I can pull Sam in right now and put him in a room, Judge. And then I do have Mr. Knappman and his client, Mr. Sabuda.
All right, give them to me.
Mr. Jadala, I'm going to be placing you in a breakout room with Todd Bullion.
Todd Bullion?
Yes.
Got it. Thank you.
It'll take just a second.
Sure.
I ran a new data line for it. Makes everything working. Outstanding. You're welcome.
Hello, sir. What's your name?
Todd Bullion.
You're not in the breakout yet, gentlemen?
Oh, I'm sorry.
It'll take just a second.
No problem. It just looked like it was in the breakout room. I apologize.
All right, People versus Justin Sabuda. Mr. Knappman.
Yes, Judge. John Knappman on behalf of Justin Sabuda.
Good morning.
Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
All right, good morning, Mr. Sabuda.
Morning, sir.
All right, gentlemen, where are we at with this file?
Well, Your Honor, my notes indicate the last time we were before the court, extended an offer of pleading to the domestic violence under 7694A, 12 months probation with batterers, classes, or counseling. It was my understanding that this was adjourned to allow the defendant some time to consider that offer.
Mr. King?
I think we need to go to a breakout room, Judge, because my notes indicate that Mr. King was also supposed to check with his victim.
I've been unable to reach the complaining witness.
So what do you want to do, Mr. Knappman?
Set for trial then, because my third party indications are that she doesn't want to prosecute.
Okay, and I've been unable to,
that.
yeah, I've been unable to reach her, so.
All right, Mr. Natman, we're gonna set this for a bench trial or jury trial?
We can
Well, hold
set
on
for a
just a minute, hold on
bench
just a
trial.
minute. Mr. King, if we set this for a final pretrial and require the lady to show, and she doesn't show, are you willing to dismiss at that point?
That's typically, that would be in keeping with the, and with the way we've done cases in the past. If the court orders the complaining witness to appear, usually it's dismissed on defense motion at that pretrial by the court.
I'm willing to do that, Mr. Natman, if you think that makes more sense than picking a trial date.
That's fine.
All right. All right, we'll do that. I'm just gonna make a note. We don't have a date right now. So I'm just gonna make a note. We're gonna adjourn this for a final pretrial and the complaining witness must appear. Anything else, gentlemen?
No,
From the
sir.
people, Your Honor.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank
Judge, I'm
you.
sorry, I'm trying to get a hold of Fred. I cannot find, when I pull up the breakout
Okay,
room,
Mr. Sabuda, we're all
can't
done today.
find Mr.
Okay, thank you very much, John. You gonna call
Vidala.
me?
So I'm trying to get him in here so I can get him assigned. And we have Mr. Bowditch and Mr. Green Johnson back.
All right, people versus John Green Johnson.
Your Honor, Larry King on behalf of the people, P 78774.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Johnson. Mr. King, is there an offer in this?
Bear with me, Jeff. Want to make sure he qualifies for the,
Well, Mr. King's checking his notes. Mr. Green Johnson, I just want to let you know that we show a file here at our building for open intoxicants. It's a closed file, but there is a $45 clearance fee due that you'll have to pay us before you get your license straight with Secretary of State. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
the offer would be, and I know it's charged as an ag, but it would be to plea as charged under 7694A, 18 months probation, successful completion of batter's counseling as a term of probation.
All right, thank you. Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
could I go into a breakout room once again with Mr. Johnson?
Well, we're having technical trouble putting people in breakout rooms, but when we figure
I
that out,
just figured,
yes.
I just got them in. Okay, sorry about that. I
So
just
put Mr.
recreated
Bowditch in
them.
with Mr. Johnson.
I just recreated them, so.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I believe, if I'm correct, there may be another thing we need to address with Mr. Green Johnson. Was he in bench warrant status? Because I had a note that this was a capias previously,
It looks like he was in June.
but that's
Your
already
Honor,
been
he was-
recalled?
He was incarcerated from February until August.
Yeah, it looks like that bench warrant was recalled.
Okay, just wanted to make sure that bench warrant was recalled since
Yep.
he's appeared.
Yep.
They should, yeah, they're in there now. Okay.
iPhone, what's your name? Lady with the white mask, what's your name? Repeat.
Leanna Belcher.
Oh, hello, Leanne. Couldn't tell who you were under there.
Deanna's hiding from us.
Sorry, I have to be in 33rd, so I have a mask on.
No problem. Paula will label you properly. Who are you calling in for?
I have Marcus Burns, and I was just going to request an adjournment. Larry did get me videos yesterday, but because it was so late in the day, it takes a while for me to get everything over to my client, and they have to download everything. So I don't believe that he's had enough time to review the videos, and I haven't heard back from him. I left him a message, but he was working and hasn't called me back.
Okay. And I don't have him in my waiting room, so are you willing to waive his presence for purposes of the adjournment?
Yes, I am.
All right, we don't have a date to give you right now, Ms. Belcher, so we'll send it out.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Looks like we have Mr. Jadala and Mr. Bullion back. And then I do have Jim Murray's other client, which is Zupanic, in the waiting room.
All right, let's bring, okay. All right, where are we at with Mr. Bullion?
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Rajadala, P 62186, MIDC counsel appearing on behalf of Mr. Bullion. Your Honor, at this time, Mr. Bullion would like to set his matter for a Zoom bench trial. He understands he has a constitutional right to have this as a jury trial. He also understands he has a right to have this in person. He wishes to waive both those, and Your Honor, he wants a Zoom bench trial. And we just asked Mr. King to forward us discovery while we're awaiting the Zoom bench trial date, Judge.
That's no
Thank
problem,
you.
Mr. Jadala. I know that you were just appointed on this. I'll get you discovery promptly. Bear with me just 1 second.
Absolutely.
I'm Robert Lyons. I couldn't hear anything that was going on. I just got my audio working.
All right, it's not for you, Mr. Lyons, so just hang tight.
Okay.
So,
Paula, retitle him, please. I think he's a victim.
yeah, he would be the complaining witness on the Jerry Lyons case. So yes, Mr. Jadala, I'll work to get you the discovery on that promptly. Your Honor, do we have a date and time, or do you want to just set this as PBA?
Paula? Do we have some dates for bench trials by Zoom, or you're going to contact the attorneys?
I'm going to contact the attorneys, Judge.
Got that, fellas?
I would, and
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Mr. Bullion,
Yes.
if you see the, do you see the chat function?
Let's see.
Probably at the bottom of your screen.
Okay, there's one that says more. Yes, I see a chat function.
Would you type in your phone number there so I have your phone number and your contact information, sir?
Hold on.
Zupanic, I'll bring him in. Do you want me to place Mr. Lyons back in the waiting room, Judge?
Have a good day, Mr. Bullion. I got it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I can leave now?
Yes, sir.
You can, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Morning again.
Good morning, Mr. Murray. Do you have Mr. Zupanic with you, or is he joining us by Zoom?
Well, I'm hoping he's
Oh,
going
he's in. He's in. Yep.
Okay,
He's trying to connect right now.
gotcha.
All right. People versus Jared Zupanic. Am I saying that right, sir?
He's not connected to the audio.
Mr. Murray, you might want to call him and get him connected, or just put him on a speakerphone so we can deal with him.
I will try to do that. I tried to communicate with him last night, and he said he's blocking all my communications with him, and this is part of the reason why he's going to be, and I need to get out of this case.
Okay. Well, I'm going to remove him because sometimes when they come back in, they catch the button that says connect audio.
Okay.
Paula, who is Mr. Dabalski's client? Well, let's find out. Mr. Bowditch on Mr. Green Johnson, what are we doing?
Your Honor, I've talked to Mr. Johnson. I explained the options to him. At this time, he's requesting a bench trial.
Are we going to do that live or Zoom?
Live, Your Honor.
Okay. And sir, you understand that bench trial will be scheduled sometime after January 1st?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand by requesting the bench trial, you're giving up your right to a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Have a good day, gentlemen.
Thank you,
Bond
Mr.
will be
Johnson.
continued for Mr. Green Johnson.
Okay, thanks. Your Honor.
Mr. Bowditch, you got anybody else that's scheduled for today? Do you know?
Yes, Your Honor. I was supposed to have, I think, Mr. Burns at 8:30.
Yeah, there was some confusion on that one. It looked like I had both you and Miss Belcher on that. Miss Belcher was telling me she was the attorney and she handled that.
Oh, okay. That's
She's
good.
had some communication with Mr. Burns. They're exchanging some discovery, and we're going to adjourn that so they can have a conversation.
All right, so Miss Belcher has Burns.
Yep. Anybody else on your list?
The next one I have is Mr. Borden, Eric Borden.
At 9:10.
All right, we'll stick you back in the waiting room then.
All right, thanks, Judge.
Thank you. All right, let's try this one again. People versus Jared Zupancic.
Good morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people, P78774.
Good morning, Your Honor. James W. Murray on behalf of Mr. Supanic at this point, P48047.
Sir, how do you pronounce your last name?
Zupancic.
Zupancic. Good morning, sir.
Sorry, good morning. I was having some audio issues.
No problem. All right. Where are we at on this one, Mr. Murray?
Well, Mr. Zupancic indicates that he is going to seek another attorney, which I concur with. And based on that, I would file an oral motion to withdraw as his counsel. I understand that he agrees with that.
Is that true, sir?
Yes.
Okay. That motion is granted. Thank you, Mr. Murray.
Thank you,
You
Your
got
Honor.
anything else scheduled today?
With Judge Green.
Okay.
But thank
Good
you.
luck. Good luck on that one.
Thank you.
Stay safe.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Dabolsky.
Your Honor,
All right,
we'll,
Mr. Zupancic, are you planning on hiring another attorney? Would you like to see what the prosecutor's got to offer you without talking to an attorney? What do you want to do?
Well, I just learned what the VJO is, the Veterans Justice Organization, the Veterans Court. I was hoping to get transferred there.
Which court? There's a bunch of courts that have veterans courts.
he's
He
frozen,
froze.
Your Honor.
Veterans Court. I was hoping to get into Veterans Court.
Yeah, but where at? There are a number of different district courts that have a veterans court. Do you have one in mind?
I think he froze again. We lost him.
Back in.
There he is.
I'm sorry. I live out in the country and I have satellite internet.
All right, I'm sorry, sir. Say that again. Do you have a court in mind, or you just want to be in a veterans court program?
Yes, the Veterans Court program.
Where at? Do you have
Yes, the Veterans Court.
Where at? Which district court, veterans court program do you want to be in?
The Monroe.
There
Monroe
we
County.
go. That's something we can work with. All right, Mr.
Sorry.
King.
Well,
I'm
Your Honor,
sorry.
I obviously don't have an objection. I think specialty courts are great,
Right.
but I think there's a jurisdictional problem in this case because 34th District Court
Yep.
is the district court that has jurisdiction over this matter based on where it occurred.
Right.
And the defendant, unfortunately, I don't see grounds to transfer it out of this jurisdiction.
You don't live in
I
Monroe, do you, sir?
Yes.
You do?
I live. Actually, I live really. I live really close to Toledo.
All right, give me your address because I
I
got
live
you in
in Erie.
Belleville. Let me have a new address.
11049. 11049 Victory Road, Erie, Michigan, 48133.
Cell number still 734-258.
Yes.
All right. And you do not want to speak with
4798,
a
yeah,
court
correct.
attorney?
Oh, yes. I
Right.
want a court. I didn't know I could get a court-appointed attorney.
If you ask for one. Why don't I let you speak to our
I
court-appointed
didn't-
attorney today and
I
see if
didn't
he
know.
can assist you?
Okay, are you going to put him in a room with Mr. Jadala?
I am.
Mr. Jadala, if you can hear me, if you want to know what the offer or anything is on that case, you can just give me a call. That way we're not taking up Zoom time.
Copy that, Samir.
Yes, Judge, I got it.
All right, thank you. Paula, can you put the gentleman in a breakout, please?
I'm doing that right now. They should be going in any second. There they go. We have a Mr. James Patillo in the
Bringing
waiting
him in
room.
now.
Okay.
Mr. Zupansik, you have to watch for that breakout room invitation. You have to accept it. Looks like he froze. There we go. Good morning, Mr. Patillo.
Good morning, sir.
Do you pronounce it Patillo or Patillo?
Patillo.
Patillo.
Yes.
You do not have a retained attorney, is that correct?
Correct.
All right. Are you planning on hiring one? Are you planning on doing this without an attorney? Are you requesting a court-appointed attorney? Where are we at?
Oh, I apologize. I'm not trying to have you repeat your question, but I had an attorney, which was a court-appointed attorney. And the last time that I did this video conference, the only thing that was slowing us up was the prosecution. The judge asked the prosecutor, did she have everything that she needed? And she did not at the time. So she just delayed this.
Do you know who you talked to last time as the attorney?
It was a female, but like she said, she probably wasn't going to be the one that was going to be staying on my case. She said it was going to be a guy, I believe.
All right.
And I believe
Last
that's
time I
the
had
same
this
guy
up, Your Honor, my notes indicate that this was a capias last time it was up.
You know what? He must have come in late, Mr. King, because I had the bench warrant stamp and then scratched that out. Mr. Patillo, did you show up late for that court date maybe? Have trouble getting in with Zoom?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, on the last court date, which was October 15th, did you get in late? Did you have trouble
I was
connecting?
literally the first one inside the courtroom. She told me she appreciated me for being on time. I was the first one before the attorneys or anybody else even joined in.
On October 15th?
Correct. The last time that I had to go on Zoom, I was literally the first one inside the courtroom because I didn't know how to work this stuff. I had to call the courthouse. They gave me the extension. They gave me the phone number thing to put in.
Okay, that's
and
enough.
I was literally the first
That's
one.
enough. All right, I can't explain it, Mr. King. At some point, we had him in warrant status that day and we took him out that same day. So
That's fine.
I don't know what happened.
If he's requesting an attorney, I mean, that's understandable.
All right, Mr. Patillo, we're going to put you in the breakout room. We'll put you in the waiting room first. And when the attorney's free, we'll put you in a breakout room.
Okay. So just stand by.
Stand by.
Okay, I do have attorney Kevin Basant with his client Darius Robinson, who Darius has been in the waiting room quite a while.
Where's the attorney at?
I'm bringing him in right now.
I got it. Okay. Good morning, gentlemen. People versus Darius Robinson, attorneys or appearances, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people, P78774.
And good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Kevin Basant, P71061, on behalf of Mr. Darius Robinson, who's also present by Zoom video.
Mr. Robinson, can you hear everybody?
Yes.
Awesome. Good morning.
Good
So
morning.
where are we at with this file, gentlemen?
Judge, I've had the opportunity to speak with my client about it. I believe the prosecutors did present a plea offer of 7694A. I think that's a wonderful offer, but at this time, after speaking with my client, we've decided to set this matter for a trial date, Judge.
All right. Bench trial, jury trial, live or Zoom?
Judge, at this time, we would prefer a jury trial. I'm not certain if the court are conducting those just yet, but we would ask for a jury trial at this point, Judge.
All right. We're not scheduling anything live until after Jan 1.
Okay.
So to be date and time to be determined, court will notify?
Correct.
Thanks.
And Judge, just out of curiosity, if by chance me and my client decides to enter into a plea well before January 1 or before the trial date, I'm assuming, can we contact the court? And
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, bond is continued. I'm just making a note in the file, schedule for live jury trial.
All right, thank you very much, Judge.
Have a good day, gentlemen.
You too.
Mr. Bowdich's client, Eric Borden, is in the waiting room now. Do you want me to bring them in?
What's the name on it? Border?
Borden, Borden.
Yep.
Mr. Bowdich, we have your client, Eric Borden.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. King?
Yeah, sure. Yes, Jeff. I almost called you Your Honor. How you doing, Jeff? What's going on?
Eric Borden. Any deal on Mr. Borden?
I've been communicating with Mr. Nunley on this case. Are we sure we have the correct attorney on this?
There's
Because
two
I
Mr.
love-
Robinsons on the docket. Oh, this is Borden.
Borden, because I've already sent discovery to Mr. Nunley.
All right.
Are we sure this isn't Mr. Nunley's case?
I'm listed on the docket, but I may have done the in custody arraignment or something. But if he's working with Mr. Nunley, that's fine. Fine attorney. Mr. Borden?
Yeah.
Have you been working with Mr. Nunley?
No, I haven't heard anything. It's been crazy. Like they were supposed to reach out to us, and no one's reached out to us at all. No prosecutors reached out to my girl. Nothing. It's been getting, pushed forward for months. It's just dreading on by now. It's just.
Well, it's all because of the virus. But there is another attorney involved. Let me see if is Mr. Nunley with us?
Not yet. I don't know if he's expected or not. Mr. Borden, how about we do this? We're going to put you back in the waiting room. Mr. Bowdich is going to try to get Mr. Nunley on the phone, and they can discuss where this case is at.
Okay.
Royce does have a client at 9:40 on the docket.
Jeff, I'm assuming you have a number for Royce?
No, Your Honor, I don't.
All right.
I probably should, but I don't.
Paula, can you send that to Jeff by chat?
Yeah.
All right, that'll be in the chat function, Mr. Bowdich.
Your Honor, I don't know what that is.
All right, Paula will call you and give you that phone number.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, People versus Jared Zapancik. Mr. Jadala.
Respectfully, Your Honor, Sam Richardala, P62186. Your Honor, I would like to let this court know that I need more time. The connection between Mr. and Zupancic is it's not good. And
Terrible
I
audio.
don't believe we have. Yeah, we didn't have a fruitful conversation. I do have his number. I've explained to him his options. I think we just need to talk more about this situation in order for him to make a better informed decision. So I'd ask for discovery. I'd ask for an adjournment so me and him could speak more and hash out what to expect.
All right, so we'll adjourn this till January 28th. Time will be determined and the notice will be mailed out.
Oh, this is okay. We have a date.
Yes. Now we do.
128 for a Zoom pretrial.
Correct. And discovery to Mr. Jadala, please.
And Mr. Jadala, I had texted you the offer in this. Did you receive that?
I did, and I've communicated it. Thank you, Mr. King.
Thank you, Your Honor. Or thank you.
Mr. Zapancik, do you have any questions for your attorney or myself?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Samir, we'll put you back in the waiting room.
I got the number to him.
Thank
I'm
you.
going to try to find out who Tim Dabolsky is here for.
I lost Tim Dabolsky. You got him?
Yeah, he's back in. Morning, Mr. Dabolsky.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. Who are you here on, please?
I got a couple. I got Patel and Khan.
Were those for Judge Green?
I thought they were originally a Oakley case, so maybe they are a Green case.
Yeah, they're not on our docket this morning.
Oh, sorry about that.
That's all right. You got a number to get into her Zoom room?
No, let me mark that down, please.
Yep. When you're ready, I'll give it to you.
Okay. I'm sorry. Our whole office has COVID,
Oh, boy.
so it's like.
Good luck.
Yeah. Well, we've been doing it a week, so hopefully another 10 days, we should be pretty good. I'm sorry, Judge. I gotta find the pen.
You're all right.
I apologize, Judge.
No problem.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Judge Green Zoom number 93305785570.
That's 93305-850.
Nope, you missed a couple. 933-057-8570.
Okay, 8570. Thank you, Judge.
Get well.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Paula, I'm looking for the Jerry Lyons file.
It's not in there?
I'm not finding it. I'm looking again.
That's like a brand new case too, so.
Let me call out front. and
Yeah,
get
I
it.
don't have it in the stack.
Okay. Meanwhile, I do have a Mark Jessup who does not have any attorney. I have Nicole Rudd and Mr. Batar. We also have Charity Bell.
All right, what's Mr. Batar?
Mr. Batar is on Nicole Rudd,
Then bring him in.
and I will call out and find out about Lyons.
Good morning, Mr. Batar. Your appearance for Nicole Rudd, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Batar on behalf of Ms. Rudd.
And Mr. King?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
Thank you. Good morning, Ms. Rudd.
Good morning.
Gentlemen, where are we at?
Well, I think this was adjourned last time to allow me to send discovery to Mr. Batar. Mr. Batar, I've sent that to you. Have you received it?
I did receive the discovery. Is there an offer on the case, Mr. King?
I just need to check the criminal history really quick to confirm. Offer will be 7694A, 12 months probation, batterers counseling as a term of probation, along with no contact and full restitution for the property damage if it is requested at the time of sentencing.
Judge, can I have a breakout room with Ms. Rudd for a couple of minutes to go over that with her?
You can. Paula? I flipped through. I didn't find it. Not that it couldn't have been missed.
Bear with me.
I got them both in. Did you want to bring in Mr. Jessup since he does not have an attorney and find out? I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you were saying.
Bring in
John.
Jessup.
Sharon Greer's client, DeAndre Gillette, has not checked in yet that I can see here.
Okay. Mark Jessup, can you hear me?
Hello?
Mr. Jessup, can you hear me?
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Greer. You got just one client today?
Yes.
All right. They are not with us yet, so we're just going to mute you and leave you hanging out.
Okay.
You left a couple in that drawer.
Oh, okay. Oh, they weren't in the rubber band.
No.
I thought those were something different. Thanks. Mr. Jessup, I'm going to remove you if you can't answer me quick. Goodbye.
Mr. Parker. Oh, he's not connected yet. Good morning, Mr. Parker.
Good morning.
Who are you here? I mean, what's the name of your case, please?
The case number?
No, what's the name on the case? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Judge, could you put me and Mr. King in a breakout room?
Chad Adam.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Chad Adam was the.
Was that before Judge Green?
No, before Judge Oakley.
Okay, I'm going to put you back in the breakout room in the waiting room for just a few minutes so I can research. Thank you.
Yeah, we don't have an Adam on the.
No. I'm sorry, you didn't get in there, Mr. Batar?
No, he wants to go in with Larry.
He wants to go in with me.
Oh.
Thank you,
Okay.
Paula.
You're welcome. Hang on just a second, guys.
Sure thing.
Hello.
Calling for Jerry Lyons.
I'm sorry, he's not here right now.
All right, let him know there's a bench warrant entered for his arrest because he didn't show up for his Zoom pre-trial at the 34th District Court.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, I've got them in, Judge. We have Royce Nunley on.
Morning.
You want me to get him on with Mr. Borden?
Not yet.
All right.
Is Mr. Lyons still out there?
Yeah, it looked like he hung up and I'm going to rename him again. You want me to?
Just bring him in.
All right.
And what's Royce's client?
It's that Eric Borden
Yep.
that we thought was Jeff Bowdich's. Mr. Lyons?
Robert Lyons or Jerry?
Robert.
Robert, yes.
All right, Mr. Lyons. Jerry's file was scheduled 8:40, so it's been about 70 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Or excuse me, 50 minutes ago. I just called the number that we have for him. A lady answered the phone, said he was not there. I'm issuing a bench warrant for his arrest.
What number did you call? The 313-424?
I called 313-598-9550.
His mother's number where he's supposed to be at is 313-424-0192 or 0192. Yeah.
All right.
Rack.
Mr. Petard, do you want me to bring Nicole Rudd back in?
Yes, and that will be a plea, Your Honor.
She'll be back in just a few seconds.
Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome.
Her name is Lori.
Please leave your message for Lori Gerganis.
This is Brian Oakley calling from the 34th District Court, calling for Jerry Lyons. Mr. Lyons is about 50 minutes late for his court date. Bench warrant will issue. Mr. Lyons, understood?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Judge, can I talk to you about like what I
No,
want?
no, you can't talk to me. You can talk to the prosecutor.
Mr. Lyons, I had a conversation with Ms. Thatcher, who you had a conversation with yesterday. And I know that I owe you a call, but she did express your wishes to me, and I have it noted in the file. And I will call you, but today is quite jam-packed with court.
That's okay. That's okay. Just when you can get to me, so me and you could talk, and we'll go discuss it.
Thank you, Mr. Lyons. It's inappropriate for me to talk to you, especially if we're going live stream on YouTube. You might not want that conversation out there.
You guys have a good day.
Thank you,
as well.
Mr. Lyons.
All right, on Rudd. Appearances.
Good morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
Morning again, Your Honor. Daniel Batar on behalf of Miss Rudd. Miss Rudd, could you state your name for the record, please?
Nicole Rudd.
All right, this a plea?
This is a plea. There's a bit of an amendment to the offer. I'll place that on the record with the court.
Please do.
The offer will be to plead to the domestic violence charge under 7694A. Term of the length of the probation is to be determined by the court. Anger management and as determined by probation, and full restitution to the complaining witness.
What is that? The
I don't have
restitution.
that figure, Your Honor. I'd ask that this be set out for sentencing to allow the complaining witness to be present and to present evidence related to the restitution claim.
Judge, can I make a recommendation? Instead of setting up for sentencing, we can just leave it to be determined and give probation 30 or 60 days to do an investigation. If they provide proof, or if proof is provided to them, we'll have no objection to what that is.
That's agreeable to the people.
That one I'm gonna wait on because that's a no-show. Oh, thanks. So we're all good. All right.
Okay.
All right, why don't you voir dire your client for the plea, Mr. Batar?
Thank you. Larry, can I have the time and date?
Yeah, this was July 27th of 2020. I don't have the time at my disposal right now.
I don't care what time it was.
And
Ms.
this
Rudd,
was-
on or about that date and time, did you come in contact with an individual who was your ex-boyfriend?
As of right now, no.
James Thrasher, did you have any contact with James Thrasher back in July?
No. Wait, is this to this accident or after? Since then, no, I've had no contact.
Not
with him.
since then. On that date in July,
July the 27th of 2020.
did you have contact with him? Did you see him?
If it was that day, then yes, that morning.
Okay. And at some point you had a physical altercation with him where you punched him. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
Mr. King?
And this occurred in Huron Township, County of Wayne.
Ma'am?
Ma'am, did this occur in Huron Township, Wayne
sorry?
County?
Yes.
People are satisfied.
So am I.
Judge, she has no prior criminal history. I'm asking you for a short term of probation under 769.4A. She'll do the anger management and she'll pay her fines and costs.
All right, Ms. Rudd, are you still on Moulin Rouge?
As of right now, no, I'm not.
All right, what do you want me to use for mailing address? That address or something else?
I can give you a new mailing address.
Go ahead.
16870 Anderson Drive, Southgate, Michigan,
Hold
4819.
on. Is Anderson
Sorry.
S-O-N or S-E-N?
SON.
Zip?
48195.
Give me just a minute.
Just want to let you know, Jeff is on one of your Facebooks today. He's doing an arraignment right now.
Okay,
So
thank
when
you.
he's done, he'll come back.
Appreciate it. All right. And are you working, Ms. Rudd?
As of right now, no.
When's the last time you held a job?
It was back in May.
Where were you working?
Hungry Howie's.
How long were you there?
I was only there for a prior of 2 weeks.
All right. And no priors, Mr. Patar?
That's correct, Judge.
Yeah, I just want to clarify one thing on the plea, and it's been pointed out to me by a colleague. Did we ever establish the proper domestic violence relationship at the time of the plea? I don't know if that was.
Yeah, Mr. Patar asked if she had contact with her ex-boyfriend that day.
That's what I
So
thought.
I
Okay,
think
thank
that
you.
does it.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was clear on the record.
Yep. Yep. Mr. Patar, anything else?
No, Judge, thank you.
Ms. Rudd, anything else from you?
No,
Anything
Your
you want
Honor.
to consider? We've got a cell number on the file for you. It's a 734-833-8757. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
Thank you. All right, so my probation officer will contact the complainant, see if he makes a claim for the restitution. If there is a claim made for restitution, we'll contact you about that. Understood?
Alrighty, I understand.
All right, so I'm leaving the restitution open. I'm going to put you on a delayed sentence for 6 months. During that time period, you stay out of trouble, no new criminal offenses. You will successfully complete the anger management. Probation will get you some information about that. And your court costs are assessed in the amount of $400. You can work on a payment plan with probation on that. Any questions?
Nope.
All right, if you do not hear from probation in a week or so, you better call Mr. Patar so we can find out what's going on. All
Alrighty.
right, good luck. Mr. Patar,
Thank you,
anything
Judge.
else
Thank
on
you,
that one?
Larry.
Thank you,
Nicole,
Your
you
Honor.
need anything, call me.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Judge, I have Mr. Borden with Mr. Nunley. You want them in next?
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Nunley. On behalf of Mr. Eric Borden, do you need a breakout room with him?
First, my question would be for Mr. King. This was a final pretrial and the victim was to appear on this one. I guess we need to know if the victim appeared.
Let me take a look at that.
Is that Cheryl Bell?
No, the victim is Miss Evans, Selena Evans. And
sorry.
My notes, hold on just a second here. My notes don't indicate that this was set for a final.
Mine either, Mr. Nunley.
Let me take a look.
I just got it listed as a pretrial.
Yeah, I mean, from our last court date, I wrote down final pretrial. Yeah, victim must appear.
That's not reflected in the notes that I have from my last court dates, and the victim was not subpoenaed.
I don't have any problem doing it that way, and I'll make a notation that the victim has to appear, but I don't think that was done back in October. Maybe it was discussed.
Let me take a look at my notes from October. This is my notes from October. Defendant appeared and requested an attorney, Royce Nunley appointed to represent defendant. Defense needs discovery. There was a note in here that I needed to reach out to the complaining witness and speak with her and to send discovery to Royce Nunley, but there was no order from the court that the complaining witness appeared, therefore she was not subpoenaed. Furthermore, I do want to bring something to the court's attention. When Mr. Borden was here earlier, and Mr. Nunley, there was some confusion as to whether Mr. Bowdish represented him or you represented him or somebody else represented him. He made a representation on the record of the court that no one has reached out to his girlfriend and that nobody's talked to his girlfriend, which leads me to believe that there may be a no contact order violation. I would like the court to
Let me stop you right there. There is no contact. Originally,
no contact order?
Originally back in July, it was no contact. on October 8th at a pretrial. It was changed to not to harm, harass, or confront.
Okay. Wanted to make sure.
Mr. Nunley, I certainly have no problem setting this for our next pretrial date, which is January 28th, and requiring the lady to show up.
Yeah, I mean, that was from, I remember from speaking with my client that was intended to be the plan for this, why.
Yeah, and as I said, I'm not saying it wasn't discussed. I just know I didn't make a note to that effect in the file.
Okay. So what's that date for that pretrial?
It's gonna be January 28th,
Okay.
and I'm making a note. That's the final pretrial. And Mr. Board, I apologize if there's some kind of mix-up, miscommunication, whatever, but we'll try to take care of it this way.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, what time?
The
Mr.
clerks will
Nunley,
set the time and they'll send out a notice.
Mr. Nunley, I have your other
All right,
client, David Morris, in the waiting room.
Okay.
All right, bond is continued, Mr. Borden. Thanks for joining us today.
All right.
What's the next one, Paula?
David Morris, that's Mr. Nunley's client.
All right, People versus David Morris, appearances, please.
Judge,
Good
he's
morning,
not.
Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
Bruce Nunley on behalf of defendants. I believe, again, this is the date and time scheduled for a final pretrial. At our last hearing, we requested that the victim must appear for this final pretrial.
Now,
Judge,
this one, my note says final pretrial.
Mr.
And
Morris.
mine
is
does
not
as well,
connected.
and the complaining witness was subpoenaed to appear today.
All right, Mr. Nunley, we can't, Mr. Morris, are you connected or not? Yeah, he's not connected. So you want to waive his presence?
Yeah, I'll waive his presence.
All right, make a motion.
Well, Your Honor, I would ask the court, is there Teresa Johnson in the waiting room or any other unidentified people in the waiting room? I think we should try to see if she's here.
Paula, do we have anybody that's unidentified? It looks like there's one Galaxy that's not identified. Let's find out who she is or who that is. What's her name? I'm sorry. Larry?
Teresa Johnson.
Johnson?
Teresa Johnson.
Thank you.
That would be Miss Kathy Brunick there, the victim's advocate who just connected.
Yeah. I wish you would figure out how to put her name on these.
When I use my telephone, I put it in there and it doesn't come out.
All right, well, figure it out. Okay, so I do not see your victim.
And she has been subpoenaed for court today, Your Honor.
Motion to dismiss.
Without prejudice, granted.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Morris, understood?
He still isn't connected.
I'll call him. I talked to him earlier
Thanks.
this morning, so I'll call him and let him know the good news.
Yeah, and there is no bond on this, no cash bond, so nothing to deal with there.
Okay.
Thank you. Royce, you got anything else scheduled today?
Yeah, I
else?
do. I've got quite a few, and I'm also with Judge Green right on this computer here
All right.
on the docket.
Who's your
Who-
next one?
On the docket, chronologically, who's next?
I think that it's either Devin Waitkiss or Tassan Nash.
We do have Tassan Nash in the waiting room. You want me to bring him in, Judge?
Bring him.
Judge, I'll be back in 2 seconds. Like, there's something I just got to answer, Judge.
Go ahead,
Green.
we're trying to connect Mr. Nash.
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Nash. Hang on just a second. Your attorney will be right there.
Okay, in the basement, is that for last night? Okay. So did you have?
Paula, who was Ms. Greer's client again?
No. Okay.
DeAndre Gillette.
Is that person in the waiting room?
I haven't seen him, Judge. We do have a couple unidentified, but other than that,
Bring them in, find out who they are.
okay.
Can the court still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Switch to headphones because I'm in a shared office, so.
Yep.
went down in the basement and he was in there and you immediately told him to get out. Okay.
Yeah, we can't hear you. He's not connected to his audio.
LG style 06, no audio.
Sorry about that.
Give me just a minute, Royce.
No problem.
How long was the period?
Ball B, are you connected?
Nope.
All right, on the Tayson Nash file, Mr. Nunley.
Yeah, Royce Nunley appearing on behalf of defendants. On this one, we are waiting for some videos from Amazon. I guess allegedly there was some videos that captured.
I've requested the officers to look into that a couple of different times now. They're not part of the police file. They're not something that the police have. They've attempted to get them from Amazon. It's my understanding they're probably not available.
Okay, well, I guess if they're not available and we're not going to get them, then I guess we could just, I would say set it for a jury trial, but obviously, I guess just put it in the line for a jury trial.
All right.
Jury, not bench?
Jury.
All right. That'll happen sometime in 21. Mr. Nash, any questions?
Mr. Nash, could you unmute your video or your phone or whatever, please?
Sorry about that.
Any questions, Mr. Nash?
No question.
I'll give you a call later on, Mr. Nash, so that we can discuss, okay?
Okay.
Who's your next client, Mr. Nunley?
Hey, I've got Devin Waitkus. He may not be in. I think he's 11:50 maybe, or I'm sorry, 9:50.
I don't see him in the waiting room.
Okay, yeah, so we're a little early for him. I also have Morris, Robert Barr, Brad Bielski.
Hang on.
Mr. Duncan, good morning.
Hello, Judge.
Do you have your client with you by chance?
I do, Judge. She's right here. I'm going to show you.
Good morning, ma'am. People versus Shelley Kent Tanner, appearances, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
Yes, Your Honor. Murray Duncan appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Gentlemen, where are we at with this file?
Judge, I explained the situation to my client and I talked to the prosecutor. We can't resolve it. So my client at this time is willing to waive her right to have a jury trial, and we're going to ask for a bench trial.
All right, live or Zoom, Mr. Duncan?
We can do a Zoom trial. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Ms. Cantanner, you understand that you do have a right to a jury trial, correct?
Yes.
And you're willing to waive that so we can schedule a bench trial?
Yes.
And you're willing to do that on Zoom, so we're not going to be live?
Yes.
Thank you. We'll get that done as soon as possible. Paul will reach out to you and the prosecutor's office to schedule a date.
All right, Judge. Thank you. And
Thank
thanks
you.
for taking us early, Judge.
You're welcome. Thanks for getting in. Bond will be continued.
All right.
I do have Brad Bielski in the waiting room. You want me to bring him in for Mr. Nunley?
Yep.
Based on what you're telling me and that you, that are stated in the police report, that's what it is.
Who's that in the background? Do we know?
I think it's out of Larry's office because he's in a shared office.
Yeah, that background noise unfortunately is from my office.
Okay, just making sure.
Where you're having difficulty breathing and you have marks on your neck, I think that, satisfies the charge for intent to commit this.
All right, people versus Bradley Bielski, appearances.
Good morning, Larry King on behalf of the people.
Royce Nunley on behalf of defendants.
All right, before we get started on today's file, Mr. Bielski, it looks like you've got 3 active files for us. One, you've got a preliminary exam that was scheduled yesterday. I think we adjourned that one, right?
Yes.
Okay, then today's file, and then I'm also showing a retail fraud misdemeanor. Looks like you got to work some kind of a payment plan out or something on that
Yep.
one?
Yeah, I
Okay.
set a payment plan. They gave me a fine.
Okay, all right, so you're up to speed on all 3 files, and so what are we doing on today's file, gentlemen?
No.
Still waiting for discovery on this one.
I sent it to you on 10/8.
And
The way it
8.
works is, and again, I don't have this phone up the same time, but, you know, you have statutory maximum, but what you do the figure out sentencing is you do what's called guidelines, is you make it a range based on the current offenses and what is, and then that's how you get, sentencing. But I mean, it's a little early to talk about right now what his sentence would be if you use.
Between the case no, I don't have it.
Okay, I can resend it.
Yeah, I'm looking at October 8th and I've got an email from you, but it was just me I gave you a list of everybody that I needed.
Okay, I can resend it. I'll have to do that later this afternoon. I can't do it right this second.
Okay, well, I guess we'll just.
January 28th?
January 28th, sure.
Bond will be continued. Mr. Bielski, you'll get a notice that has the time for that date.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
sir.
I'll talk to you once I get the discovery, Mr. Bielski.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Is one of your clients Robert Barr, Mr. Nunley?
Yep.
I do have him in the waiting room. I'll bring him in.
Okay, thank you.
Also concerns me that there's a no contact order. And so the judge in his other case will be alerted to that fact that he did violate that. And then, sorry? No, ma'am, but I'm sorry, this is like, that's my job as an attorney, is to say, listen, I look at the warrant and I see what fits, and those charges are definitely warranted. It would be
Mr. Barr?
unfair for me to charge something less.
He's not,
So,
his audio is not on. He's not connected.
I can't do a domestic violence when he broke into your home and assaulted you and choked you to the, where you couldn't breathe and left next on your, marks on your neck. No.
Are we calling the Barr case?
Trying to.
Robert Barr, yes.
Larry, in your notes, is this another final pretrial where the
This
victim-
was a final pretrial. I indicate that the complaining witness has been, well, a subpoena for the complaining witness has been sent to the officer in charge of this case for service. So I would ask the court if they have had anybody appearing by the name of Elizabeth Alstetter, or if anybody unidentified is in the waiting room or available otherwise.
I don't see an all
Alstetter.
setter. Do you, Paula?
No. And the one or two that are unidentified were both male when we pulled them up. They
So
didn't.
there's nobody in the waiting room
Okay.
or anything?
No, that's where I'm checking now.
Okay, in that case, I would ask to waive my client's presence. I can call him after this and read motion to dismiss.
We're both on
Can you guys hear me?
the phone.
Yeah, you're okay, Mr. Nunley. I'm just want Paula to run through the waiting list one more time before I dismiss.
Mr. Barr, it just indicated that she was there with him.
Oh.
Correct, Mr. Barr?
One more time. I've been having a problem with the audio here. I'm sorry. I didn't hear anything you guys were saying.
You just indicated that the complainant was there with you?
Yeah, she's actually laying down sleeping with the baby right now.
He did violate his bond, and the judge is serious that the state is gonna sign the warrant anyway.
Well, Your Honor, I think that presents a problem because that's the defendant just admitted to a no contact order violation.
Yeah, except for there isn't a no contact.
There isn't a no contact
It's a
order?
not to harm, harass, or confront.
Was that ever amended by the court, or I don't have a,
That's the bond on the file. The original bond on the file is. not
that's
to
the
harm, harass,
original
or
bond
confront.
on the file.
From me on October 8th.
And I'm not harming her.
Okay. Mr. Nunley, what do you want to do?
Well, she's appeared.
Yeah.
Well, I'd motion to dismiss because she hasn't appeared. My client has appeared. He indicated that she.
Can I say something here, please?
No, you can't say anything until somebody asks you a question.
Just wait. So we would motion to dismiss it. She's been subpoenaed.
I'd object. I
Well,
object to-
technically, right, Mr. King, she hasn't appeared if she's sleeping.
Your Honor, the complaining witness has indicated, the defendant has indicated that she's there with him and available. I understand the court's position. However, I do believe this is something that we want to move forward on, and I would object to a dismissal in this matter.
Well,
Then appeal me, dismissed without prejudice.
thank you. All right, Mr. Barr, I'll call you later to discuss, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Mr. Nunley, who's your next one?
I can tell you who I have that's left. I guess Morris. We've done him, we've done him, we've done him, we've done him. I guess Morris.
I thought we did Morris already.
We did a Morris.
David Morris?
No, we did. I'm sorry. I don't know if I have anybody else then at the moment.
Are you handling for Jeff or?
No, Jeff said he had, I talked to him on the phone a minute ago. He said he had to jump over and do an arraignment, but that he was coming back on.
Okay, because we have Leducer for him and Wakus for Teresa Patton.
No, that's me. Wakus is me. Because
Right.
I was supposed to
Let
be.
me bring him in then.
Yeah, I was supposed to be substituted in for him.
You have reached the voicemail box of 73462471163. At the tone, please record your voice message. When you are finished recording, you may hang up or press pound for more options.
Mr. Jessup, Brian Oakley calling from the 34th District Court. Call it the court number at 734-941-7034. 941-7034. All right, appearances on People versus Devon Wakus.
Morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
Royce Nunley appearing on behalf of defendants. Date and time scheduled for pre-trial. And I spoke with my client earlier today. And Larry, have you spoken to the victim in this case by any chance?
Let me check my notes. I've been unable to reach the complaining witness in this case. I understand that last time you had indicated that you believed she was not cooperative. However, I've been unable to reach her.
Okay, well, then we would like to motion to dismiss. If the court is not inclined to grant a motion to dismiss at this time, I'd ask that we set it for a final pretrial where we order the victim to appear.
I'd object to dismissal at this time, Your Honor. There's no grounds for dismissal at this time.
I agree. I'll set a final pretrial on the 28th.
Okay, January 28th, got it.
Making a note that the complainant must appear. Bond will be continued. Mr. Wakus,
yep.
Mr. Wakus, any questions for your attorney or myself?
Well, no.
Have a nice day.
I have, Royce, if that's all that you have for now, that's all I can see in the waiting room for
So I'm gonna-
MIDC.
I'm going to mute my video and my audio. If you do need me, just yell my name and I'll hear you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I do have attorney Randy Lewis and his client Adam Sweeting, SWEETING, and I'm bringing them in.
There, hello?
Yes.
People versus Adam Sweeting. Gentlemen, your appearances for the record.
Morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Randall Lewis. I appear on behalf of Mr. Sweeting. Your Honor, can I go in a breakout room with Mr. King for just a couple of minutes?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm trying.
We're back, Your Honor.
All right, back on the record with Adam Sweeting. What are we doing on this file, Mr. Lewis?
Your Honor, I had an opportunity to speak with the people. They subpoenaed my client's wife to be here today. They've also attempted to contact her to no avail. At this time, we'd respectfully move for a dismissal. Obviously, that would be without prejudice.
Your Honor, this was, from my notes, set as a final pretrial. It's my understanding the complaining witness was ordered to appear and she was subpoenaed. I don't see her on the Zoom call. Does the court see a Michelle Sweeting or any unidentified persons on the Zoom call or in the waiting room?
I think we just got 2 unidentified males that are just trying to come in with their phones with no audio. I do not see a Sweeting.
I do not either.
This case will be dismissed without prejudice.
Thank you, Your Honor. Nice to see the court. Nice to see you, Mr. King.
Good to see you as well, sir. Thank
Stay
you.
healthy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judge, I have a Akeem Burks who does not have an attorney. Do you want me to bring him in? And
Let's see if Bowditch is ready yet.
I don't, oh, there he is. Okay.
Mr. Bowditch, are you ready on one?
Back, Judge.
What are you ready on?
Mr. Leducer?
All right. Are you also talking to James Patillo?
No, Your Honor.
My notes indicate that Mr. Jadala was talking to Mr. Patel.
Okay. We have Mr. Jadala in the waiting room too now.
All right. So who do you have, Jeff? I'm sorry, Leducer?
Leducer at 10:50, Your Honor.
Yeah, we'll
Or
bring him in.
9:50.
9:50, yeah.
Bringing him in.
Good morning, Mr. Leducer.
Good morning.
I'm going to ask that you not smoke while you're in the court session.
I know, I'm sorry.
Thank
Let's
you.
go.
All right, Mr. Bowditch, People versus Jimmy Leducer appearances.
Your Honor,
Morning.
for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch, 45367, appearing on behalf of and with Mr. Leducer. Your Honor, today's date and time set for a pretrial in this matter. We are requesting a bench trial.
Mr. Leducer, you understand that you have a right to a jury trial.
Yes, sir, I do.
And you're going to waive that so we can set this for bench?
Yes, sir.
All right, this is going to be live or Zoom?
Live, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Leducer, this will be after January 1, understood?
Yes, sir.
Bond will be continued in the meantime, and we'll send out notices.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Bowditch.
Mr. Bowditch, you got anybody else ready?
Not ready yet. My next one, Your Honor, I believe is at 10:30.
What's the
Evelyn
name?
Cook.
Cook. Evelyn Cook.
Thank you.
Do you want me to bring in Sam and Patillo?
Yeah. Sharon, unmute so we can talk.
I'm here.
All right, what's your client and when were they scheduled?
Gillette at 9 a.m.
All right, Gillette never showed up. We've got a couple males that are trying to come in, but they're not identified by name, and we've tried probably 3 or 4 times on both of them. We can't get them connected with audio. So if you've got a number for Mr. Gillette, you might call. If he's one of those people, we'll put him on speakerphone with you, and we can take care of it that way probably.
Okay, this was one of the cases I did at an arraignment.
Okay.
Might his number be in the court file?
I'll look.
Your Honor, if you recall, this is a case that was set for a bench trial on the 29th of October, and the defendant was pro per, requested an attorney appointed at that point in time, and that's when Ms. Greer was appointed.
Right.
He was present in the court, and I believe he was provided notice of today's date by the court at that time. So, if he fails to appear, I'd move for capias.
Yep. Yeah, and Sharon, looks like I fell down on the job because that day I did not get a number from you, a cell number. So I guess we'll just issue a bench warrant and get his attention that way.
Okay.
Did you have anybody else scheduled today, Sharon?
Don't, but I do have information from Mr. Gillette. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to use this
That's all right.
iPad correctly. I have information. Unfortunately, I'm not home where the information is.
Okay.
I'm at mother's house.
Okay.
So could we hold this until tomorrow, just for tomorrow? If he doesn't show up tomorrow,
Yeah, it won't happen that fast. If you can get a hold of him, contact us and we'll stop that bench warrant. Absolutely.
okay, because I'll be in tomorrow as well on
No, that's
the Zoom.
fine.
So
That's fine. No
now
problem. Just let us know.
now I remember the case. Now I remember it.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
All right.
I will be in touch with you tomorrow.
Enjoy your time with your mother.
Thank you. I wish I could.
So you don't know if there's no contact.
All right, let's get Mr. Jadala and Mr. Patillo. All right, recalling the people versus James Patillo.
Larry King for the people.
And respectfully, Your Honor, Samar Jadala on Mr. Patillo. I'm just trying to find him in the docket. What time is he set for, Judge?
He's set for 9 o'clock.
So he didn't break into your house then?
Okay, I see it now.
It was set for 9 o'clock even, yeah.
You need a breakout with Mr. Patillo?
I have not met him yet, Judge. Yes, I will.
Yeah, this was a defendant who was set for a first pretrial today, who just requested an attorney, and then Mr. Jadala, I believe, was just appointed.
Yeah, we'll stick you in a breakout.
And for Mr. Jadala and for your client, the offer is a 7694A offer, 12 months probation, batter's counseling, and no contact.
Thank you.
Okay, so specifically, what did he do physically? Okay, did he do anything else other than push you?
For some reason, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
For some reason, my volume is so low to where I can barely hear any of y'all. But when I was first talking to you, I can hear you fine.
Okay.
I literally have to put my ear all the way up to the phone. I don't know why.
It's gotta be on your end, Mr. Patillo, because nobody else is complaining about hearing us today.
Oh no, I can hear you. I can hear you, but I don't know why it's so low. And I got my volume up so high.
I don't know, but we're gonna put you in a breakout room with the attorney.
Okay.
Akeem B, you still don't have audio on.
There we go. Yeah, there. Okay. For some reason, the breakout rooms are just taking a few minutes for them to pull it in. They're in there, but it takes them a minute to get in.
Find me some work.
Okay, what about Charity Bell? What case was she the victim on? Because she's been in there all morning.
That's
Larry.
up to Larry.
Yeah, Larry's in the breakout room. I'm going to find out who. Oh, Larry King is now in the waiting room?
Maybe he's in a breakout. Do you put him in a breakout with somebody?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I lost you guys for a second.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Don't know what happened there.
I thought maybe I did it.
No, I think it was a tech hiccup on my end.
Okay. We have Charity Bell, who you asked us to keep an eye out for. She's been in there all morning.
Right, she's the complaining witness on.
Just missing bodies, but.
Just, okay.
As long as she's still supposed to be in there,
Well,
then.
bear with me. I think we might have handled that case. Bear with me.
She's supposed to be in today.
She's here. Yeah.
Yeah, she's the complaining witness on the Darius Robinson case.
She's here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She's just kind of monitoring what Larry's doing.
Okay, Kevin Basant was the attorney on that. Do you want to bring her in and explain, Judge?
Days,
Mhm,
because we thought we'd stick with Thursdays, but
She never mentioned anything to me.
if she's available any
Yeah.
other days.
Well, if you want
Bear
to,
with me.
hop out and give her a chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was a case where the defense was requesting.
Judge, these are ready to go.
They are. Thank you.
Sorry, Larry. That was a case where the what?
Defense requested a jury trial date and time to be determined.
Okay, shall we bring her in and explain that?
We can bring her in and explain that to her.
Then we can get her out of the waiting room.
What I can do is I can reach out to her and call her right now.
Miss Bell? She's not connecting. I'm going to check on a few of these, Judge, to find out. Mr. Parker, what was the name of that person that you were supposed to be here on?
Judge Oakley.
No, the person that you said Adam?
Oh, that's the police officer, I think, Chad Adam.
All right. Are you charged with a crime, Mr. Parker?
Well, my case number is 20.
Mr. Parker, answer the question that I've asked you. Are you charged with a crime and are you trying to get on with your own court date?
Yes.
Then you're in the wrong courtroom. Let's find out where you're supposed to be.
Courtroom number 2.
No, that's me and you're not on my list. So let's find out where you're supposed to be.
All right.
What was your case number?
My case number is 20-16-19.
Well, you're supposed to be here tomorrow.
Well, this sheet right here.
Great courtroom, wrong day.
Today's the 19th.
Yeah, it says 11/19/2020 at 9:00 a.m. on Zoom.
All right. Well, somebody screwed up with the notice. I don't know. Any chance we could take care of something with that on today, Larry?
Unfortunately, it's Lori's file. I don't have the file. I don't have any information about the case.
Mr. Parker, can you join us again tomorrow?
Yes.
You sure? Because we could reschedule you if we have to.
Yeah, I can join tomorrow.
Okay, so you got the right place. You're just one day early.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. What time is the case tomorrow?
10:20.
10:20?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So come in about 10 o'clock. Hopefully we'll get you in early.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
You will.
Okay, I do have a Daniel Kennedy. He is checked in early, no attorney.
Let's bring in the attorney first, Mr. Carey.
Do you know who his client is, Judge? I'm sorry.
Nope. He probably does, though.
Can we address Ms. Bell real quick?
Yeah, Miss Bell, are you able to hear the court?
Yes.
Okay. So, Miss Bell, this matter was up for today. I understand I'm the prosecutor on the file. I understand you've been in touch with our advocate, Miss Kathy Bruniak. I've received the email that you sent. The attorney on this case requested this matter be set for trial. So we are going to be getting a new date. However, trials aren't being conducted right now. So when we get that new date, we will be notifying you.
Okay. Now, will that come in the mail or will I hear from you? In the mail?
Yes, it will come in the mail.
Okay. Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Bell.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Mr. Carey,
Yes,
what is your client's name, please?
Brian Bostain. He may be logged in as another name. He's using somebody else's.
You don't know who it is that he's using?
It would probably be another Bostain, but I don't see them in the waiting room. I can call him really quick to make sure he's on.
Thank you.
council calling because we've got a couple guys that have been trying to get in all morning and they don't have audio. One is coming in as a Akeem B, and the other one is coming on an Aristo 5 phone. So if your guy's one of them, just tell them to hang up what they're trying to do and put them on your speakerphone. We'll deal with it that way.
And Akeem B is probably Akeem Burns. That's another file that's up.
Right, but he's not connecting in so that we can.
Paula, why don't you send Akeem B a chat and just suggest he call us?
I have done that, Judge.
Okay. When do you have Akeem Burns on the docket? I didn't see an Akeem Burns on the docket.
I see a Marcus Burns at
It's actually
8:30.
It's actually Akeem Burks.
Oh,
Burks.
At 9.
Yeah, and he's been in there for quite a while.
Well, that's probably our guy.
And Judge, we're ready on Patillo whenever the court is.
All right, recalling on Patillo. What are we doing?
Respectfully, Your Honor, Samuel Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Patillo. Your Honor, my client understands he has a constitutional right to a jury trial, and he has the right to have this matter be held personally in person. At this time, he wishes to waive both those rights. He'd like a Zoom bench trial, and we just asked Mr. King to send us discovery as soon as possible.
Yes, I'll get you discovery on that, Mr. Jadala, and I'm guessing the Zoom bench trial will be date and time determined by the court.
Absolutely. Paul will reach out to both prosecutor's office and Mr. Jadala.
Thank you, guys.
Mr. Patillo, your bond is continued.
Excuse me?
Your bond is continued.
Sir, I have a quick question.
Talk to your attorney.
No. This is not pertaining to this case. I have a question in regards to this felony. Do you recall me when because I had to come back?
No,
I'm
telling you right now, I don't recall cases. So ask your question.
I'm just trying to explain because I would hate to have a warrant issue for my arrest. So I'm just trying to explain. I went to court, I believe last.
Okay, stop. You started with you had a question. Do you have a question for me about your felony case?
Correct.
Ask the question. Don't give me the history. Ask the question.
They told me my next court date.
That's not a question. Today. Ask me the question.
I'm trying to figure out would you be able to see if my court date was today? Because I'm thinking that this was pertaining to the felony.
So your question is when are you next scheduled?
Domestic violence.
Hold on. Your question is when's your felony scheduled again?
Yes, because this is what I thought.
I don't need a because. I don't need a because. We'll check you through the computer. We'll tell you that. We'll answer that question for you. Paula. Okay.
December 9th at 9 o'clock with Judge Tina Brooks Green for a PCC.
Thanks, Larry. Did you catch that, Mr. Patillo?
What did he say?
Thanks, Larry. My computer's moving really slow.
It's December 9th, sir.
Yes.
December 9th.
So I show Mr. Patillo has another case that's being handled by a different prosecutor in a different matter. It's Abigail McIntyre's the prosecutor on the file. This is the file and a felony case ending in 1157. And according to the Register of Actions, that is next up December the 9th, 2020 at 9 a.m. before Judge Tina Brooks Green for a probable cause conference.
Okay, December the 9th. Now, and when is the next court date for this matter?
It's going to get mailed. So I'm going to contact you once I get it. We'll both get a notice in the mail. And as soon as I get it, I'll give you a call so we can discuss further. Okay?
Just one file.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
No problem, Mr. Patillo. You have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you, Larry. I'm sorry, my computer.
That's okay. I got
anything else?
I got the Register of Actions search screen up here. So.
Okay. I do have a
Hold on a minute, Paula.
Okay.
Samir, you got anything else scheduled?
I don't got anything scheduled. I'm your counsel. I'm just,
that's right. Yep. So you're back in the waiting room then.
Is
good.
Royce waiting on a specific case, or is he hanging out there just to handle any of the MIDC as well?
Who are you asking?
I'll ask him to unmute.
Yeah,
Because we don't need both of them hanging out there.
I think Royce is probably hanging out for a specific purpose.
So my client is in the waiting room. He is that Galaxy phone. I don't know if you're able to let him a Motorola phone.
We don't have a
I don't even have a
Motorola or a
Motorola phone.
Galaxy, either one.
He might be in the wrong waiting room. We've got at least two of them going, well, three of them going right now.
This is Brian Oakley's personal meeting room.
What's your number you dialed into?
You guys looking for me?
No. Oh,
Not
yes,
right.
but no.
Mr. Carey, confirm the number he dialed in, please.
The ID number?
Please, yes.
Go ahead, Brian.
ID number is 4919756074.
That's us, but we don't have an unidentified Motorola phone in the waiting room. So just tell him to hang up. We'll do him on speakerphone.
Would just keep him on speaker like this?
Yeah, he's coming through loud and clear.
Okay.
And obviously he can hear me because he's answering my questions.
Yes. So Brian, you hear that? We're just going to conduct it this way.
Okay.
All right, so officially appearances for Brian Bostain.
Morning, Your Honor. Larry King for the people.
Matthew Carey on behalf of Mr. Bostain, who appears by phone at P81793.
Thank you. And this is the first time we've seen you gentlemen, so I'm assuming there might be a discovery issue.
Yeah, I have not received a request for discovery from Mr. Carey. I didn't know he was representing Mr. Bostain. So I can get discovery to you if you'll accept it by email.
Yes, that would be fantastic.
And is your information up to date in the bar directory?
It is.
I need to
Counsel-
place something on the record regarding this case. I had a rather unusual phone call. The defendant's mother called me and tried to talk to me a bit about the case. I tried not to get into any details with her. I advised her that her son should seek counsel and informed her of the process for requesting court-appointed counsel. It does appear he's now retained counsel. I just wanted to make a record of that.
Certainly.
And
All right, Mr. Carey, we're looking at January 28th as a pretrial date.
That works for me, Your Honor. I'd also like to just state one thing also to
Go
Mr.
ahead.
King, because I did call Mr. King and left a message. So this matter is a domestic violence matter which happened to violate his probation. We had a hearing on it where the victim showed up in Coldwater, and the victim testified on the record that it was not her belief that Mr. Bostain intended to hurt her, but was restraining her from a manic episode. We've ordered the transcript on that, and I'd like to get it to Mr. King.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, we're expecting it at the end of this week.
I'd appreciate that. That definitely may change the outcome of this case if I had a chance to review that. And I apologize for not getting back to you. I've been in court for several days. I'm not sure why I didn't receive your message, but I will reach out to you with discovery.
So that information certainly will be exchanged before January 28th.
Yeah, let's just set this on the 128
Yep.
day.
So let's talk about bond today. I got Mr. Bostain's address on 48 or 58 Rose Boulevard. Is that a right address?
Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
I'd like to have a phone number for Mr. Bostain in the court file if you can provide one.
I don't have a phone. Currently, I'm using a friend's phone.
As part of his probation, he's actually not allowed to have the phone.
Okay. We'll go old school. All right, and what else, gentlemen, should I consider before I set bond?
Well, obviously from the people, Your Honor, there'd be a request of no contact with the complaining witness.
And no objection to that, Your Honor. I'd ask for a personal reconnaissance bond. Mr. Bostain looks to clear this up the way he did with his probation violation.
Okay. Understand if I order no contact, that might be in place until January 28th.
Not a problem.
Okay. All right. Mr. Bostain, you can hear me loud and clear, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I'm just going to explain to you what I mean by no contact. As far as you are concerned, until myself or another judge changes this order, the complainant in this matter, Katya Isaacson, does not exist. So no phone calls, no letters, don't send her a Christmas card or flowers. You run into her at Taco Bell, you're eating Burger King, no social media, texts, tweets, emails, none of that stuff. Don't have your friends check on her. She literally does not exist to you at this point. Understood?
Understood. I will have no contact with her ever.
All right. Raise your right hand wherever you are Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you mess up on bond?
I do.
That means if you mess up, you're going to jail until you come up with at least $1,000.
Yes, sir.
Gentlemen, anything else on this file today?
Nothing from the people, Your Honor. Thank you.
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Stay healthy.
Yes, you too.
Mr. Nunley, I was just wondering, we have Sam Dudala hanging out there to handle any MIDC that are not assigned yet. Is that what you're hanging out for, or do you have specific cases?
No, I had specific cases. I think that all of mine are done. It's just, I'm in Judge Green's court here, and I figured just in case I missed one, I would just stay here. So you
Okay,
guys could fill
thank
me
you
in.
very much. Thank you.
We can leave you there.
Okay. Just yell my name if you need me.
Thank you.
Okay, that completely froze it. Mr. Nunley indicated that he had other cases up, and if you could tell me what they were, I don't have a note.
He has nothing else scheduled for us. He's just hanging out in case we need him for something.
Wonderful.
Casey missed one, he said. Daniel Kennedy, he's been in there for quite some time. He does not have an attorney assigned.
Bring it in.
Correct.
He's not connecting. That was the same with Mark Jessup. We tried him
Yeah.
once.
I tried to bring Mr. Ford in too, and nothing's happening there.
Okay, I'll put him back in the waiting room. I don't know who this Ronald is. I'm going to find out. We have Ronald Ford, but we also have. Oh, Ronald Ford has MIDC.
Not according to the ROA. It says Larry Polk.
Over on East Jefferson, I understand. So, if it's Jimmy was taken into, he was taken into custody, I understand.
Hello?
Ronald Ford, please.
Yes, this is he.
Mr. Ford, Brian Oakley calling from the 34th District Court. We cannot get your audio connected on Zoom.
Okay.
So that's problem number one. Problem number two, is your attorney Larry Polk?
Uh-huh.
Have you talked to Mr. Polk today?
No, I wasn't using him. I was just using, you the court appointed, right?
Okay, no, I'm the judge.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir.
That's all right.
Using a court appointed attorney.
All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give that attorney your phone number because obviously we can't get you on Zoom. I'll have the attorney call you.
Okay, thank you.
So stay tuned to answer the phone for a number you don't recognize.
Yes, sir.
You know, and it brings Samir in.
Yeah.
Good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Mr. Jadal, I've got a phone number for a Ronald Ford. He's been trying to connect with Zoom. He just can't get his audio lined up. I just spoke to him and told him to get prepared to take a phone call from you.
Can I address this issue really? Mr. Jadala and Your Honor, this is a case in which I have not received my file yet. So I don't have an offer prepared in the file. And I also don't have the ability to provide discovery today. I've requested the file be located.
Yep, we just lost Mr. King.
By our
And
office.
Judge, okay. And if I could briefly, I don't know if everybody can hear me. I don't know if Mr. King is still available.
No, he locked
I have
up.
not received it. So
Larry, your audio keeps going in and out.
Okay.
I think I caught the gist of this.
It's probably the headset.
Yeah, I caught the gist
I'm
of
gonna
it.
pull
You
my
don't have
headset out.
anything. Yeah, you don't have anything to provide to Mr. Jadala, so why don't we just hook Mr. Jadala up with the client, and we'll set this one up for a January 28th pretrial.
Sounds good.
Yes, and I've already talked to Mr. Ford, actually, and I just want to tell Larry, Larry, this is a 2014 case.
Yeah.
Larry,
You know what? I was talking about Kennedy. You're right. This is a 2014 case, and I do have a file available.
And I just wanted to let you know, Larry, I've talked to Mr. Ford at length. I don't know if you know this, but a week after this alleged domestic violence incident, I don't know if I have Larry.
Not right now.
Looks like he froze.
Wasn't the headset.
Mr. Jadala, I also have a Joseph Robinson in the waiting room who has MIDC.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys are ready for him whenever you are. It doesn't say who's assigned, just MIDC.
Yeah, that would probably be me. Yeah, that's, so I will speak with him, but I guess it's important we get Larry back somehow, some way.
Yeah, he'll call right back. He always does.
So on Ford, it sounds like Larry was confusing it, Mr. Jadala. So Ford, maybe we can accomplish something today.
Potentially.
Larry,
I just want to.
I'm bringing Larry in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you all hear me now?
Welcome
Yes.
back, Mr.
Yes. Now we can.
So again, 7694A, standard terms and conditions.
I just wanted, Mr. King, I just wanted to let you know, Mr. Ford, I don't know if you have this in your records, but a week after this alleged incident in 2014, he was charged with a B&E with the alleged same victim. He spent close to 6 years in jail for the home invasion. I'm sorry, it was a home invasion. He spent 6 years. He wasn't released until March of this year. It was the same victim. It happened a week later. So I don't know if you have any record of that. If you know
My
anything
last
about that.
indication was this was adjourned until after resolution of the felony trial.
And that's what he was under the information. He's always been under the illusion that once he was out, that this case had gotten dismissed, because he said his attorney told him that the misdemeanor was going to be taken care of once we dealt with this. So he was sentenced. He did 6 years. He just was released. He just was released in May, and that's what I wanted to bring to your attention. He has proof of incarceration and everything.
Bear with me. I'm going to pull the felony notes and
Okay.
see if the offer in that original felony did address this case.
Okay.
I'm looking that up right now. It'll take just a second if the notes are available.
The fallback, Mr. Jadala, is he could always plead no contest or guilty today, and I could sentence accordingly.
Okay, I understand.
I mean, he probably isn't concerned about a misdemeanor on his criminal history with this felony.
Yeah, and I'll just
So
let him know.
that's an
hopefully-
option you could discuss with him.
Yeah, just get him time served with no conditions.
Yep.
Yeah, unfortunately, I do not have any indication in my system regarding that felony, regarding this misdemeanor being dismissed as part of that felony deal. Now, the other thing that I can do, aside from what Judge Oakley's already expressed, is that I can take this to my supervisor and we can examine a potential dismissal or resolution in this case in light of the felony and the 6-year sentence. So that's also a possibility.
All right, I'll call Mr. Ford after I speak to Mr. Robinson, so I just don't hold up the docket. So I'll call Mr. Ford after I speak to Mr. Robinson, see what he wants to do, and then I will see maybe if he can how best to resolve it. But I understand as of now, we have either plea or a January 28th pretrial where Larry will try to figure it out, and if we could figure out a resolution if he doesn't want to plead guilty today.
Yeah,
that sounds right. Yep.
All right.
And if he wants to do something today, we can just put him on your speakerphone probably.
Sounds good.
Okay. So do you need a breakout with Daniel Kennedy?
Daniel Kennedy, I spoke with Mr. Kennedy. You could actually put him on We're asking for a trial on this matter. We're going to ask for a jury trial on this matter and discovery.
All right,
Talked
we've
to him
had-
yesterday.
We had trouble getting Kennedy in, so let's try him and see if we can get him back in.
All right,
Got him in, just no audio.
got it.
He's not connected yet.
Well, Judge, I'll waive his appearance. I did speak to him yesterday, and I could tell you that we just want discovery and set this matter for a jury trial. I've explained to him the jury trial may take quite some time because of the COVID conditions, and he understands.
Okay. Mr. King, any objection to the waiver of the defendant's presence?
No objection to waiver of his presence today. I understand there are technical issues. Mr. Jadala, I've placed a note in the file or in the case that we need to get you discovery.
I appreciate it.
He just connected.
Okay.
Mr. Kennedy, please unmute your phone.
Good morning.
All right,
Good morning,
Mr.
Mr.
Kennedy,
Kennedy.
good morning. Gentlemen, appearances for People versus Daniel Kennedy.
Yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. Sam Richardala, on behalf of Mr. Kennedy. As I put on the record, me and Mr. Kennedy had an opportunity to speak yesterday. At this time, we're requesting discovery and this matter be set for a jury trial. Mr. Kennedy does understand due to the COVID conditions, we don't know when that jury trial is going to be, but he still wants to avail himself to his constitutional right to a jury trial. Is that correct, Mr. Kennedy?
Yes, sir, it is.
All right, we'll schedule this trial to be after January 1, Mr. Kennedy. I've got your address on Airborne, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a phone number we can put in the file?
I gave it to the young lady.
I'll give it to you.
Hang on one second. My son's getting it. I
Okay.
don't know.
It's 734-444-7263. It's the number I spoke to Mr. Kennedy at yesterday.
Thank you. All right, let's talk about bond, gentlemen.
Yeah, Ashley's gonna do it. I'll do it or Ash will do it.
Your Honor, people request that any bond in this case include no contact with the complaining witness.
All right, Mr. Jadala.
Your Honor, Mr. Kennedy, Your Honor, I don't believe he has any KPS history. Since I've contacted him, he's eager to handle this matter, resolve this matter, and I know he's cloaked with the presumption of innocence, Your Honor. We're just going to respectfully request a personal bond. He will return as advised to all hearings.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, if I order no contact with Miss Lannon, is that going to create any issues, any problems?
We do have two children together. I think the no contact order is perfectly fine.
You'll be able to comply with that?
Absolutely. I want her to stay away and everything's fine.
Okay, so
Not
understand.
Your Honor, third-party contact in relation to childcare and exchange is not an issue.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Were you speaking to me?
Yes, I just wanted to make sure you understand what I mean by no contact, sir. Don't send her,
Absolutely.
don't send her flowers, Hallmark cards, Christmas cards. Don't have your friends check on her. The only contact you can have. I mean, you see her at Taco Bell, you go eat at Burger King. She calls you and begs you to meet for coffee. No, only myself or another judge can change this. The only contact you can have is third-party contact only about the kids.
Okay.
So if one of your kids has to go to a doctor's appointment and she can't get them there, and she has her mother call you and ask you to go pick the kid up and take it, that's okay as long as it's about the kids and it's not direct contact between the two of you.
I have custody of the children. They're with me. So
Okay.
yes, that's
All
not
right.
going to be, sir.
So I'm going to put you on a personal bond. Two conditions. Number one, you cooperate with Mr. Jadala so we can move this thing along when we get a court date. Number two, no contact with her. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm and acknowledge the debt payable to the court amount of $1,000 if you mess up on that bond?
Absolutely, sir. Yes.
All right. Any questions for Mr. Jadala?
No, he could contact me at his earliest convenience and we can discuss everything.
All right. Thank you, sir. You're all
Thank
set.
you. Have a good day.
You as well.
You want me to bring in Joseph Robinson now?
Sure.
Isn't that the one you had, Mr. Jadala?
I don't have Mr. Robinson, but if he wants to speak to me, that's fine. If the judge wants to ask him if he wants an attorney, I'm here.
He does have MIDC by his name. It just doesn't have anybody assigned.
And
You
that's
say
fine.
Joseph Robinson?
Yes,
I show Leanna Belcher.
it doesn't show on my docket. It just says MIDC. Good morning, Mr. Robinson.
Morning.
All right, gentlemen, appearances for Mr. Robinson's file.
Good morning, Larry King on behalf of the people.
And good morning, Your Honor. I've just been notified that Mr. Robinson would like a MIDC attorney, and I'm Attorney Samer Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf and with Mr. Robinson.
All right, so you two need a breakout room so you can have some private conversation, I assume?
Yes, Judge, please.
All right, Paula can make that happen. All right, Mr. Robinson, I don't know if you know about breakout rooms, but we're going to send you an invitation. You're going to have to accept that so you can go into a breakout room and have a private conversation.
It's gonna come through this app?
Yep.
Through the Zoom? All right.
Yep. Just watch for it.
Okay, I'm going to bring in a few of these people, Judge, to see who they are, if they're still trying to get in. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can I get your full name, please, so I know who you are on the docket?
Ronald Marquise McCullough.
McCullough. Okay, Judge, he does not have an attorney requested at this time. All right. Hang on just a moment, okay, Mr. McCullough?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. King, I've got Deontay Griffin on the phone. Mr. Griffin is one of the guys that have been trying to connect. We couldn't get him connected with audio. So, Mr. Griffin, you hear me all right?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. You do not have an attorney, correct?
Correct.
Have you requested to speak to one, or are you prepared today to go forward without an attorney?
I did call a clerk a couple days ago and request an attorney. I never got a chance to speak to the attorney though.
All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang up on you, and I'm gonna have Mr. Dadala call you. He's the attorney that's working it today.
Okay.
All right. So
Just for Mr. Jadala's benefit in the courts, the offer in the case is to plead to the domestic violence, 12 months probation, 7694A, diversion on that.
And what was the last name?
Griffin.
Got it.
And I'll give you his number when you're ready.
I'm ready, Judge, for Mr. Griffin.
313-753. 753-1386.
Sounds good, Judge. I'll call him after we put Mr. Robinson on the record.
Thank you. All right, your appearance for Joseph Robinson.
Respect for Your Honor, Samer Jadala, P62186, appearing on behalf of Mr. Robinson. Your Honor, my client does understand that he has a right to a jury trial, and he also has a right to have a trial to be in person. At this time, he wishes to waive both those rights and respect for request a Zoom bench trial, and we'd respect for request for Mr. King discovery.
Okay, I will state for the record of the court that I have notes that this was last up on January 2nd of 2020, and discovery was provided to Ms. Leanna Belcher at that time. The offer in the case at that time was 7694A, 12 months probation, batterers counseling, no contact with the complaining witness. Are you and your client rejecting that offer? Because that offer is still on the table.
At this time, I've explained that to him. Yes, he wishes to reject that offer and proceed to his Zoom bench trial. Isn't that
I will
correct,
get you
Mr. Robinson?
discovery, and I'll look for a trial notice from the court and my pen ready.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mr. Robinson. Is that correct? You want to reject the offer today?
Yeah.
Okay, and you are waiving your jury trial rights, so we can set this for a Zoom bench trial, correct, sir?
I believe that's what I discussed with my lawyer.
Yeah, that's what he just told me. I'm just confirming that
Okay.
that's what you decided to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll send out a notice. My secretary will
All right.
contact both the attorneys and get a date that works for them, and then you'll hear from Mr. Jadala.
All right, can I speak? Who's gonna send me a notice? Because I have a change of address.
Let me check that. We've got John Hamburger. That's the wrong address.
Yes,
New one is?
I'm in Georgia. That's what I told y'all when I got locked up out there. I found a job out there and I got fired. I'm back in Georgia now. That's what.
Okay. I just need the address so we can mail you a notice.
1412 Fairway, Fairway Point, Pointe Drive, Riverdale, Georgia.
Riverdale, one word,
Yeah,
zip code,
30274.
and 313-687-2889, still your phone number?
Yeah.
Okay, you're all set.
All
I do have Mr. McCullough on. He does not have an attorney, doesn't show any MIDC or anything beside him.
All right, Mr. McCullough, are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney? Would you like to speak to a court-appointed attorney?
I would like to speak to a court-appointed attorney.
All right,
Breakout room?
breakout.
Oh, there it is. And Your Honor, Mr. Jadala just left us, didn't he?
He did.
I'm going to bring Jeff Bowditch in and let him know that his client has not checked in yet.
Who's that?
It would be Evelyn Cook. Mr. Bowditch?
Mr. Jessup, can you hear me?
Goodness.
Paula, did you just do something? My whole screen changed.
No, Mr. Jessup did something. Oh, there it goes.
Judge Christine just texted me. Excuse me. She said we have Jerry Lyons in our waiting room. He's got to be one of those two that, well, Aristo 5.
Tell her to give you a number.
Okay.
Who was Jessup's attorney?
Mr. Jessup did not have anybody listed.
Would you call out front and see if they got that file? I didn't think I sent it out, but I don't see it in here.
Okay.
I try to keep the no-shows in here until we're done, but it looks like it went out. Yeah, I want it back.
I do have a phone number for Mr. Lyons now.
All right.
313.
Hold on a minute.
Oh,
Hold on a minute.
sorry.
Yeah, thanks. Guy's been trying to get on all morning and he just can't get his connection. Mr. Jessup's still not connected though, is he?
He appears to be.
He's not connected to the audio.
Kick Jessup out.
Mr. McCullough and Mr. Dodala just got back from a breakout room.
Mr. Jadala, are you ready on Mr. McCullough's file?
Yes, Judge.
Where are we at?
Your Honor, at this time, Mr. McCullough understands he has a constitutional right to a jury trial. He also understands he has a right to have this matter be heard in person. At this time, Your Honor, he's going to waive both of those and he's going to respectfully request a Zoom bench trial. We just asked Mr. King to provide discovery for us in the meantime.
Mr. McCullough, is that true? You understand your right to a jury trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand you have a right to a live proceeding?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're okay with waiving both of those so we can do this by Zoom on a bench trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. We'll set it for a bench trial. My secretary will contact the attorneys, get a date scheduled. You'll hear from Mr. Jadala.
Okay, you have a good day, Your Honor.
You as well. Bond is
I'll get
continued.
you discovered. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Judge, I am going to make those 2 phone calls and log back on once I do that. Okay, sir?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mohammed, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good morning, Mr. Mohammed.
Good morning.
Mr. Mohammed, you do not have an attorney retained, correct? You have not hired an attorney?
I got a ring. I didn't hire an attorney. I had a court-appointed attorney when I got a, yeah.
Okay, that was just for the arraignment. You haven't spoken to one since then?
No, sir.
All right, would you like to talk to a court-appointed attorney?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna put you in the waiting room until we can have that set you up with a breakout room with the attorney.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Jeff,
Do you want me, Paula?
yeah, just letting you know, your client has not checked in yet, Evelyn Cook.
You know, I've been trying to reach Evelyn Cook since this summer. I've never been able to.
We're gonna issue a
So I'm
bench
not sure if
warrant
she
for her.
will appear or not.
There'll be a bench warrant issued for her, Mr. Bowditch.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I'm going to try Akeem one more time. And I still have that phone number for,
Yeah, give it to me.
313-948-0526.
Yeah.
Akeem is not connecting yet.
Hello?
Jerry Lyons, please.
Yes, this is he.
This is Brian Oakley calling from the 34th District Court.
How you doing?
Great, I've been trying to get a hold of you all morning.
I know my mom told me that too also. I came up to the courthouse and on this yellow piece of paper, they didn't put down Zoom, no court room or anything like that. So I just came up to the courthouse and they gave me the Zoom ID and everything.
Okay, but that only works if you know how to do it, because we haven't been able to get you connected. You didn't log in with your name, so we didn't know it was you. What phone are you using?
Oh, sorry about that.
What phone are you using? Phone, is your phone an Aristo 5? Mr. Lyons?
Looks like we've got the jail on, Judge.
Yep, find out why.
Good morning, Wayne County. What's your name, sir?
Good morning.
Who have you got before us, please?
Ryan Shaw.
Repeat.
Ryan Shaw.
Ryan Shaw.
Ryan Shaw.
Thank you.
No problem.
He is on the docket, Judge, with no attorney.
Good morning, Mr. Shaw.
Good morning.
Mr. Shaw, you have a pretrial scheduled today. You have not hired an attorney. Are you prepared to go forward today without an attorney, or would you like to speak to a court-appointed attorney?
I thought I had a court-appointed attorney last time, but yeah, I thought I had one when I had the one in Romulus. I had a court-appointed. She's not.
We automatically
represented.
give you an attorney for an arraignment, but if you want one after that, you have to let us know. That's on the paperwork we send you about your court date. So if you want to talk to an attorney today, that's fine. We can make that happen. If you want to talk to the prosecutor, see what the prosecutor is offering without or before you talk to an attorney, we can do that too. Your call.
I guess we can proceed.
Mr. King, is there
Your
an
Honor,
offer?
I review this case. Defendant appears to have another assault of offense pending before a different court, felony case. So in light of that, I'm not going to be making an offer in this case. If he chooses to plea, he can plea as charged to the domestic violence with no sentencing agreement, or he can request a trial.
Okay, you understand that, sir?
Yes.
All right, would you like to talk to an attorney now, or you want to make a decision based on what the prosecutors told you?
I like to talk to an attorney.
Okay. While I've got you on the phone, are you in custody on this file, the felony file that the prosecutor told me about, or both?
My bond has been posted for the domestic.
So it's the felony file that's got you incarcerated?
Yes.
All right, and what court is that out of?
This is Dickerson, right? Dickerson
Third
Court.
Circuit.
No. The felony case, where did that start at? What court? Which department arrested you on the felony?
I want to say it happened in Inkster. Well, I went to court in Inkster, so I want to say it got bonded over to downtown. So I don't know which one.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. All right, so unfortunately, as soon as we can, we'll get the attorney in a breakout room with you, but it's going to be a minute.
Okay.
Would you like me to put him in with Jeff? If Jeff doesn't mind.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, put him in with Mr. Bowditch.
Mr. Bowditch,
And also,
Yes,
just
Paul.
a sidebar, Your Honor.
can I put you in it?
Go ahead, Deb.
Just a sidebar, you also have Ralph Williams as well. He's here at Division 3.
Okay. All right, thank you. Appreciate that.
No
Mr.
problem.
Bowditch,
Yes.
again, there's no offer in this case. Your client has an AWIM pending downtown.
Thank you, Mr. King.
All right, Paul, let's put these gentlemen in a breakout room.
Working on that right now, Judge. Okay. All right. I'm going to try Mr. Jessup again. He came in, I kicked him out, and he came back in.
That's about the fourth time we've kicked him out.
Yep. Maybe hold up your sign so he knows.
I've done that.
Oh. Is there a phone number in the file and I'll call him?
Tried that too. See if he does catch. I don't think he's even looking at the stuff I hold up.
I think he just caught that.
Oh, wait, it shows he's connected. Now he just needs to unmute.
I just sent him a request. There he is.
Yep, I can hear you.
Hey.
Good morning.
Good morning. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Well, now the Jessup file has now been sent out twice. Mr.
Yes, I
Jessup,
can
you
hear
do not
you.
have a
I can
retained
hear you.
attorney, correct?
No, I don't. I have court appointed, sir.
Who?
I don't know. He called me when I was in jail there and went through the preliminary Zoom thing at the jail, and I never received no paperwork and nothing. I don't even remember his name.
Sounds like he had MIDC at arraignment.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, don't touch your phone, Mr. Jessup. We don't want to lose your audio again. We'll hook you up to talk to an attorney.
Okay, thank you.
Do you want me to bring Mr. Lyons in?
No, I got to get that file back now. I sent it out again to get rescheduled because we couldn't get the guy connected. So now we got to get the file back and we got to get him talking to an attorney, and Sam's now got 4 stacked up.
You want me to call out and bring in Miss? Judge, we do have Mr. Lyons in the waiting room. Did you want to address him or just wait? Okay.
How are you? Oh, you're not muted.
They're bringing Lyons in, Judge, and Mr. Bowditch is coming out of the breakout room in just a second.
Hello?
Yeah, hang on just a second. The jail was in with Mr. Bowditch.
Then why am I looking at the jail?
They just came out of the breakout room.
All right.
Oh, we were still talking. He was still asking me a question.
All right. Put Miss Patton in with Mr. Jessup.
Oh, I can see you again.
Now we just lost the jail. Paula, what's going on?
Judge, I just put Mr. Jessup in with Teresa Patton.
No, the jail and Bowditch just disappeared.
Oh, they must have went back into the breakout room. They both did, yes. I didn't put him in there. Okay, I've got Bowditch and jail in room 1 and Jessup and Teresa in room 2.
I don't think Bowditch wants to be in the breakout room again.
I can't, I didn't hear you. What? I didn't hear you, Mr. Blewett. I don't know what just happened. Popped up over here again. There you are.
Now we're going to be back with the judge here in a second.
I got to move my docket along. What are we doing with Mr. Shaw?
Your Honor, we just wish to adjourn this for discovery.
January 28th will be the next date. Time will be determined by the clerks. Notices will be mailed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. King?
Mr. Bowers, I'll email you the discovery material.
Thank you. Also, Mr. King, are you in touch with Miss Carroll at all?
I don't have any notes in the file pertaining to context and charging, but I can check. I can reach out to her.
I think she may have something that would be germane to the case.
I'll reach out.
Thank you. Do you have her number and everything, Mr. King?
I do.
Thank you, Mr. King.
Mr. Bowditch, we're going to put you right back in the breakout room with the other jailer, who's Mr. Williams.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Teresa.
People versus Mark Jessup, Miss Patton.
Teresa just asked to be placed back in the breakout room, and I just sent them back in there.
With Jessup?
Yes, sir.
Any idea what happened to Mr. Jadala?
He
He's still making
signed
phone
off
calls?
and said, yeah, he was going to make phone calls and sign back on.
Mr. Lyons, oh, there you go.
How you doing?
Doing well. Wait for judge to call the case.
Okay.
People versus Jerry Lyons.
Yes, here, present.
Morning, Your Honor. Larry King on behalf of the people.
Mr.
Your
Lyons,
Honor.
did you make a request for a court-appointed attorney?
You said for what?
Did you make a request for a
Hello?
court-appointed attorney?
Yes, I did.
How did you make that request?
When I was processed in, I signed paperwork for it. I talked to him when was that, Monday?
Who did you talk to?
No, Tuesday. Sorry about that.
Who did you speak to?
I think his name was Mr. O'Brien or something like that. I'm not sure.
No, we don't have an O'Brien.
He was I think he was Arabic with long hair. I'm not sure.
Could it have been
Because it
Samir
was
Abdallah?
brief. It was very brief.
I just
Yes,
had
yes,
Mr.
yes,
Jadala check back in.
All right.
yes.
Yep. Do you want me to bring him in?
No, I don't want to bring it back in. Mr. Lyons, is your phone number 313-424-0192?
Yes, that's my mother's number. I just got a new number. I just
Which
got a
number
new
do you want
phone
me to give to the
yesterday.
attorney?
313 948 0526.
948-0526.
Yes.
Mr. Jadala will call you. Your court date's been adjourned to January 28th.
We'll get discovery to
thank you.
Mr. Jadala since he is going to be representing him. I'm sure that will be a request.
Thank you, Mr. King.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Jadala, would you write down a phone number, please?
Go ahead.
313-948-0526.
No, it's 313-879.
I'm not giving him your phone number, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Samir, 313-948-0526.
Okay, who is that for, Judge?
That is for Jerry Lyons.
Mr. Jadala, I'll be getting you discovery in that case, and just so you know, the offer in the case is as follows. We has charged with domestic violence under 7694A for a period of 12 months. Batterers counseling and a substance abuse evaluation as terms of probation. He's to follow any and all recommendations for treatment and aftercare that come out of the substance abuse evaluation. And based on contact with the victim, we would be requesting no contact at this time, with the understanding that that could probably be amended later.
All right, we'll talk to Mr. Lyons. I will call him. I actually arraigned him 2 days ago, and I was calling the number that he gave me at the arraignment, and maybe that explains why I wasn't able to get a hold of him.
The number in our file is his mother's number. The one he just gave me is his brand new number. So hopefully it works.
All right, Judge. I got some updates on. I just wanted to clarify on Mr. Griffin. Mr. King, was there a 7694A being offered on Mr. Griffin?
On Mr. Griffin, the offer is 7694A for 12 months, batterers counseling and no contact with the complaining witness.
All right, I think he wants to take that plea today. I can put him on speaker to do that. And I also wanted to update the court on Mr. Ronald Ford. I've let Mr. Ronald.
Let me stop you. I want to get rid of Mr. Williams because we're tying up the jail right now. So let's take care of Mr. Williams, and then we can get to those other people.
Understood.
All right, people versus Ralph Williams.
Your Honor, for the record, Jeffrey Bowditch appearing on behalf of Mr. Williams. Your Honor, two things, Your Honor. We'd like to adjourn this for discovery. And the second thing is we'd wonder if the court might consider amending Mr. Williams' $500 bond. He has been in custody for 6 days. He does have some health issues, Your Honor, and he's running out of his medication.
All right, so the date is going to be January 28th, 2021. The time will be set by the clerks. Notices will be mailed out. Just so we're all on the same page, it looks like the bond is $5,000, 10%. No contact with complainant, no cell phone or other contact with complainant.
Your Honor,
yes,
if
Your Honor.
people would object to any amendment to the bond in this case, review of his criminal history indicates that he has a long assaultive history, including a manslaughter conviction as well as a CSC conviction. I believe he poses a danger to the complaining witness and to society. The people have been in touch with the complaining witness, and she remains very fearful of him. So we would object to any modification to bond.
All right, Mr. Bowditch, I appreciate your advocacy, but I don't think a 5,000, 10% is too much, given the nature of the offense, second offense DV. I'm going to leave the bond as is. Anything else on this file, gentlemen?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Just stay right there, okay, Mr. Griffin?
All right, Mr. Jadala, you've got Mr. Griffin on the phone.
I do. Mr. Griffin, can you hear the judge?
Yes, I can hear him.
Judge, can you hear Mr. Griffin?
I can, and I think we're picking him up on the recording. So go ahead and tell me about the deal.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to talk to Mr. Griffin. Mr. Griffin today will be pleading guilty to 1 count of domestic violence, Your Honor. He understands the rights that he's waiving by pleading guilty today, and he understands this will be taken under 7694A, where he has the opportunity, if he successfully completes all condition, to have this matter come off of his record. Mr. Griffin, is that what you want to do today?
Yes.
And Your Honor, for the record, the offer in this case is as follows. Defendant can plead to domestic violence under 7694A for a period of 12 months. As a term of probation, he is to complete matters counseling, and he is to have no contact with the complaining witness, Ms. Sierra Jones.
All right. And well, Mr. Griffin, you understand the possible penalty for this charge?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
Do you understand the possible penalty for this charge? Up to 93 days in jail, up to $500 fines, plus court costs.
That's if I don't carry out the acts I need to.
No, that's the possible penalty on every domestic violence charge for every defendant. I just need to make sure you understand the possible penalty as we move forward with the plea.
Okay, I understand.
Did you discuss your rights with Mr. Jadala?
Yes.
Did you understand those rights and the options those rights present to you?
Yes.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to this charge freely and voluntarily today?
Yes.
Tell me what happened in Sumter Township on January 11, 2019 that makes you think you're guilty.
In the midst of protecting myself, I pushed Sierra Jones to the ground.
All right, we can set this for trial, Mr. Jadala. You want a bench trial or jury trial?
Your Honor, at this time, we'll ask for discovery in this matter, and we'll set it for a jury trial, Judge.
Jury trial.
Thank you. Goodbye, Mr. Griffin. Bond is continued.
Mr. Griffin,
I'm done with Mr. Griffin today.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin. Stay right there. Judge, one second. I also want to update you on Mr. Ford, Judge. Mr. Ford is going to take that January 28th pretrial date, so Mr. King could look into the file and we could decide what happened back in 2014, 2015. I would waive his appearance for that new court date. I've advised him.
Thank you very much. Bond is continued for Mr. Ford.
And I will call Mr. Lyons and log back on.
Thank you. People versus Mark Jessup. Miss Patton, your appearance.
Your Honor, Teresa Patton appearing on behalf of Mr. Jessup.
And Larry King for the people, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak with Mr. Jessup regarding this case. We're requesting a Zoom bench trial in this matter and discovery.
Mr. Jessup, you understand that you do have a constitutional right to a jury trial?
Yes, I do. I didn't know if it was easier to go with a bench trial or a jury trial. I've been in court like this, so I don't really know.
Okay, and I couldn't understand the damn thing that came out of your mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't understand if I should go with jury trial or go with I just thought a bench trial would be faster and easier than have to get a jury together.
I can't tell you what's going to be best. I'll tell you after the trial's over if that helps you. That's what you.
Your Honor,
that's why I put you in contact with the attorney.
I did explain to Mr. Jessup that he can have either a bench trial or a jury trial in this matter, and that a bench trial is where the judge would hear the evidence and decide guilty versus not guilty versus, members of the community. But it is
Right.
ultimately his choice as to what type of trial he would like. He did
Mr.
indicate to me a bench trial, but ultimately it's his
Jessup?
decision.
Mr. Jessup, it's your decision. I can tell you this, a bench trial is going to be much quicker to schedule because we're not even talking about jury trials until after the first of the year.
Okay, so let's go with the bench trial.
Okay. We'll set that date. My secretary will contact both the attorneys, pick a date. You'll be hearing from Ms. Patton and we'll move this along. Bond is continued. Thank you, Ms. Patton.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is there anything else the court needs help with?
Too many things to talk about while we're online.
I meant cases.
Right now, I think we're fairly caught up. Thank you.
Okay, I'll continue to watch.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Jeff, what do you got ready?
Your Honor, I had Miss Evelyn Cook at 10:30, but I've never been able to contact her.
All right, bench warrant will issue on that one.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Paul, is Muhammad waiting for a breakout room?
I'm not sure what he's waiting on. Did you just, oh, you brought him back in.
Mr. Muhammad, are you waiting to speak to the attorney?
Yes.
All right. Paula, put Mr. Bowditch and Mr. Muhammad in the breakout room. Mr. King, is there an offer for Mr. Muhammad that Mr. Bowditch should be aware of?
Your Honor, this is a case that I do not have a file for yet, as we're still waiting for that to come from our out-county office. So I do not have an offer at this time.
All right. Mr. Bowditch, maybe we should just adjourn this to January 28th so we can get some
Yes, sir.
discovery to you. We'll put you in a breakout room though. If there's nothing else, if Mr. Muhammad doesn't need anything else, when you come back in, you can send him off to do his daily routine and we'll just send him a notice. You just let me know.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
So got that, Mr. Muhammad? We're going to put you in a breakout room for the attorney.
Yes, sir.
Your audio cut out. Mr.
He's
Muhammad, you understand that? We're going to put you in a breakout room.
He's in the breakout room, Judge. I think that's it. Looks like there's just a few that didn't appear.
Yeah, we got to talk to Jeff on Muhammad just to confirm.
Okay.
And then Sam's working on some too, I think.
Mr. Lyons.
Thank you. Those different file. Nope. Thank you. You know which ones,
I'm sorry, I thought you heard me. Mr. Lyons. Jerry Lyons.
The court already adjourned that.
Actually, that was a bench warrant, but then he was the one, you just spoke to him a few minutes ago. He was trying to, here he is. He called him on the phone. That was the one that called Christine.
Sam, are you on an offer in Lyons?
He already gave me one.
Okay. All right. I thought so. Yeah.
Just wanted to let you guys know we're ready. Mr. Lyons would like this matter set for a jury trial, so I'll put him on speaker whenever the judge takes the bench.
He'll be right back on, Sam.
Thank you. Just hold on, Mr. Lyons, okay?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Lyons just had a matter dismissed without prejudice before this court for a bench trial. And if he's going to request a jury trial in this case, I am going to reissue that case.
Well, who was it the same victim?
Same
Different
victim.
I understand. Mr. Lyons?
All right, Mr. Lyons file, what are we doing?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I have Mr. Lyons on speakerphone, Your Honor. I've spoken with Mr. Lyons, and at this time, Mr. Lyons would like to set this matter for a jury trial. I've also explained to him that what the offer was. He's rejected the offer, and I've also let him know that Mr. King has also said that he intends on bringing back a case that was dismissed without prejudice with a similar victim not too long ago. I've advised of Mr. Lyons of all this. He still would like to have his jury trial, Your Honor.
Mr. Lyons, is that all correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll schedule it for a jury trial. You'll get a notice.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
We just have Mr. Bowditch coming back in.
Yep. Hey, Larry.
Yep.
Yeah, I think we're all done. I'm just waiting for Jeff to let us know that nothing went sideways on that phone conversation.
Just a couple of questions on some cases that I don't really have notes on here. Mr. Burks, whatever happened with him? Is that just a bench warrant?
He was in our waiting room. He would never come and connect. He just dropped out and he's not there anymore.
Yeah, I sent him out to be rescheduled because I'm 90% sure the Akeem B that was trying to get in is Mr. Burks. So I just sent it out to reschedule a date. And Mr. Bowditch, are we okay with the January 28th date for Mr. Muhammad?
Yes, Your Honor. I told Mr. Muhammad he could leave.
All right.
And I wanted to make sure the court has his correct address.
Go ahead.
His address is 14953 Pinehurst in Detroit.
That's what we've got.
48238. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Mr. Muhammad. You can leave.
Okay, thank you.
All right. That takes care of the docket. Thank you.
Mr. King, we'd like discovery on Mr. Muhammad too.
I will get that to you. That's one of those cases where I don't physically have the file yet, so it might take me a little bit of time, but I will get you discovery on that when I have a chance.
Thank you, Mr. King. Thank you, Your Honor.
Your Honor, did we have a Malcolm Swilly up today? Paula? Judge? Somebody?
Sorry, I had my muted. Malcolm Swilly is one that I showed didn't call in, didn't show. So it's
that's
probably going to be a
Bicanius.
bench warrant. Yes.
Okay. I believe that takes care of all my cases then. Thanks.
You're okay, Mr. Bowditch?
Are we done, Paula?
Yes, sir.
Then I'm fine. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes? You ummed me. Oh,
There was an
Sorry. Did you need something, Sam, or are you waiting on?
Oh, I didn't know if the docket was done yet. I just
I
got,
was
I didn't
just-
know if it
no, I
was
was-
intentional or an accident.
Then we
just
can't-
Finished.
We
So,
can't work something out on Lions before we, like 2022 jury trial, you don't think?
I don't know. He seemed pretty adamant now, but I'm telling you.
Samir.
Thank you. I'm gonna try, Larry, and I'll let you know.
I appreciate that, Jeff. Thanks.
Absolutely. How are you, Jeff?
Sam, we just finished. So
Okay.
I was just going to bring you in and make sure that you didn't have anything before I let you know we're done.
All right. Well, I always want to say bye to Jeff and bye to Larry and bye to the
Thanks,
judge.
Sam.
Bye to you. Thank you, guys.
Bye,
you.
Sam.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye,
Bye.
Mr. Bowditch. Bye, Larry.
Bye, Paula. Thank you, Judge.
Larry, we'll see you this afternoon.